After 8 seasons, 1 NBA championship, 4 conference finals appearances, and countless unforgettable moments, LeBron James is no longer a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. His move to the Philadelphia 76ers wasn't just another blockbuster transaction. For many fans, it marked the official end of one of the most memorable eras in recent Lakers history. But there's one question that's dominating sports talk shows, social media, and dividing a large part of the basketball world. Did the Lakers make the smartest decision of the last decade, or did they just make a mistake they'll regret for years to come? Because there's one part of this story that almost nobody is talking about. This isn't just about LeBron. This isn't just about Philadelphia. It's about the future of the Los Angeles Lakers and the massive gamble the organization has decided to make on Luka Doncic. And the more you understand what officially unfolded behind this decision, the clearer it becomes that this move could reshape the future of the NBA. When LeBron James joined the Lakers in 2018, the franchise was going through one of the toughest stretches in its recent history. The team had lost its identity, it wasn't viewed as a legitimate championship contender, and most importantly, it had lost the aura that had always surrounded one of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. Then Anthony Davis arrived. Not long after that, the Lakers captured the 2020 NBA championship. No matter where you stand on LeBron, one thing is impossible to deny. He brought the Lakers back to the center of the NBA world. For years, every Lakers game became must-watch television. TV ratings climbed. The franchise remained one of the league's biggest attractions. The excitement returned, but professional sports have one reality that no athlete can escape. Time catches up with everyone. Even at 41 years old, LeBron continues to produce numbers that would be remarkable for almost any player, let alone someone entering his third decade in the NBA. He can still take over games, he still commands double teams, he still forces opposing coaches to redesign their entire defensive game plan. But at the same time, the Lakers had to start thinking about the future, and that's where one of the biggest decisions in franchise history began to take shape. The arrival of Luka Doncic completely changed the direction of the organization. So here's the question every Lakers fan has to ask. Was it really possible to build a franchise around Luka while still keeping LeBron as the face of the team? It sounds like a simple question, but it's one that's dividing NBA analysts across the country. Some believe the Lakers could have made it work. Others argue that you can't fully begin a new era while the previous one is still dominating the spotlight. And maybe that's what this story is really about. There isn't an obvious villain. There isn't a simple answer. There was an incredibly difficult decision to make. Do you keep building around a living legend? Or do you fully commit to the next generation? And in just a moment, I'll explain why that decision could eventually be remembered as either a brilliant turning point or one of the biggest regrets in modern Lakers history. But before we get there, another detail deserves your attention: LeBron's contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. Many people expected that at this stage of his career, he would simply chase the biggest paycheck available. Instead, he did the exact opposite. According to the official terms released after the signing, LeBron agreed to a deal well below what a player of his stature might have earned under different circumstances. That decision sent a very clear message. At this point in his career, money no longer appears to be the priority, winning does. Chasing one more championship and perhaps writing one final unforgettable chapter in a career that has already changed the history of basketball. That decision also raises another fascinating question. If money wasn't the deciding factor, did LeBron choose Philadelphia because he truly believes this roster can compete for another NBA title, or was there something more personal behind the decision? A desire to prove that he can still win at the highest level? Those are exactly the questions dominating sports debate shows across America. Because no one is questioning LeBron's legacy, the conversation has shifted. Can LeBron James still be the centerpiece of a championship team? And that's where this story becomes even more interesting, because in just a moment, we're going to talk about what this decision means for Luka Doncic, and there's one detail that almost nobody is paying attention to. From this point forward, every ounce of pressure that rested on LeBron's shoulders for years now shifts directly to Luka. It's no longer enough to simply play well. It's no longer enough to put up incredible numbers. Now he has to win over one of the most demanding fan bases in all of sports. A fan base that has watched some of the greatest players to ever step on a basketball court Wear the purple and gold. Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and now LeBron James. Can you imagine the expectations that come with following those legends? But before we dive into that, there's something else you need to see first. If you're a true NBA fan and you enjoy analysis that goes beyond the headlines, take a second to hit the like button. It really helps the channel keep bringing you in-depth content like this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to do it because this story is far from over. The upcoming season is shaping up to deliver some of the biggest storylines we've seen in years, and we'll be covering every twist and turn right here. Now let's get back to the story because this is where the debate really begins. There's something fascinating about the NBA's greatest franchises. At some point, every one of them has to make a painful decision involving one of their biggest legends. The Chicago Bulls had to move forward after Michael Jordan. The San Antonio Spurs eventually entered the post-Tim Duncan era. The Dallas Mavericks had to say goodbye to Dirk Nowitzki, and now it's the Lakers' turn. But here's what makes this situation different. When a player like LeBron James leaves a franchise, the comparisons begin immediately. Every win will be measured. Every loss will be scrutinized. If Luka Doncic leads the Lakers back to another championship, many fans will say the organization made the right decision. But if Los Angeles falls short while LeBron puts together another incredible season in Philadelphia, brace yourself, the criticism will be impossible to ignore. Because whether you love him or hate him, LeBron James remains one of the most watched athletes in the world. And the truth is, this story is only just beginning. Because LeBron's arrival in Philadelphia creates an entirely new outlook for the Eastern Conference, one that could instantly turn the 76ers into one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. And that's exactly where the next chapter of this story begins. We'll break down why so many NBA analysts believe LeBron may have found one last legitimate shot at another championship and how this decision could reshape the balance of power across the league for years to come.